morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Okay, welcome to Bridging Cultures, the show where we explore the fascinating ways our values, traditions, and relationships shape our life. I'm your host, Zura, and today we're diving deep into two powerhouse cultures, which is Australia and China. Today we want to see how they compare when it comes to the differences in terms of the social norms, gender roles, family lives, and definitely romance. Alright, so join me today are three incredible experts. First, we have Iguan in-house, a cross-cultural analyst who's going to unpack social norms and gender differences. Hi, Iguan.
Hi Zura. Hi everyone. Thanks for having me here today.
Pleasure, it's all mine. So how was the traffic today?
Not so bad, but still bearable. Yeah, it's common in KL.
When you live in KL, so you
Yeah.
have no choice, right?
Yes.
Okay, Iguan. So, can you please tell us a bit about yourself?
I'm a Malaysian Chinese and I did my bachelor's degree in Australia for 4 years and I study social culture
Wow,
where I focus particularly in social norms and gender roles.
I see. That's amazing. Very fascinating to have you here today.
Yeah, it's quite niche. Yeah.
Okay. If you don't mind, can you please tell me why you choose this degree?
I was born in Malaysia and grew up in multicultural environment and I have always been really interested in understanding how different cultures shape people's social behavior and attitude. I mean, like, we are all human, but why different culture make us different? I believe that being culturally aware is extremely important because it helps us to break down the barriers, to build connections with others, and we can truly appreciate those with different background with us. It's kind of interesting, don't you all think?
Yes,
Yeah,
it is.
before
It
this,
is.
I
Yeah.
don't think that this is such interesting topic to discuss and to explore more with you guys. But
Yeah.
when I glanced through, I found that wow, why I didn't have the chance or the opportunity to see this because it's really interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks again for being here, Iguan.
Yeah, thank you for inviting me as well. It's my
Pleasure. Okay, next we have Helen, a young, beautiful cultural anthropologist who studies family structures and parenting styles. Hello, Helen.
Hi everyone. I'm so excited to be here and I'm eagerly to share whatever that I have over here. Yep.
We also are very excited to hearing more about your thoughts and specifically on the family and parenting differences. So, Helen, can you tell us a bit about yourself?
Yeah, sure. So, hi, I'm Helen, a cultural anthropologist, and my research mainly looks at how families function across different societies. And I've spent several years studying parenting approaches, integrational expectations, and how family roles evolve as society modernizes. What really fascinates me is how values around independence, respect, and love shape that the way parents and children related to one another. So I believe that by comparing cultures, we learn not only about others, but also like we can reflect how our own family having like those experiences.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. And as we know, family and culture, these two cannot be separated.
Yeah, true.
Equally important and shape an individual from early on until adulthood.
Yep.
Okay, nice, Helen. Finally, we have Ji Ying, a psychologist specializing in love, romance, and relationship across cultures. Hi, Zing.
Hi everyone, so I am very glad to be here today. I can't wait to share about my knowledge about romance and the relationship between two different cultures, especially in Australia and China.
Okay, amazing. Of course, we really like to know more about you, especially who where you come from, and then what makes you excited to dive in this kind of field.
Okay, sure. Okay, so basically, I work as a psychologist in a counseling center right now, where I support individuals and couple in navigating their relationship.
Wow.
For the past 3 years, I have focused on how culture shape their love, romance, and connection. So it's very fascinating to see how tradition and value influence their relationship, yet love itself remains a universal experience.
Indeed, because who can live without love?
Yes,
Even parental
exactly.
love,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
So that's very huge element
Yeah, I can say
in individual's
human
life.
need love to survive.
Yeah, and I'm impressed such a young age of yours,
Mhm.
but you already deep dive in this section. So I couldn't wait to hear more from you.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, thanks again, everyone. It's really a pleasure, and I hope our audience also can benefit from our topics today. Okay, now to start off our topic, so I want to deep dive on the social norms and also the gender role. So, Iguan, let's start with the big picture. How do social norms differ between Australia and China?
Okay, I stay in Australia for almost 5 years. Back then, I was sharing a dorm with 3 students from China.
Wow.
And then throughout my university life, I am very close to one of the Australian. Make it a guess, girl or boy.
Okay, can I think to be a boy? You're single by that time.
So we are like soulmates, like sharing the same interests, same hobbies, and so on. Yeah, so I can say, yeah. So I'm quite close with China and Australia.
So,
Yeah,
meaning
so
that
I
you
can-
have both intervention from both cultures,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So if you look at Australia and China, the way people behave day to day is totally different. It's really different. Yeah.
I see. So, based on your experience, Iguan, is there any difference in social norm? Because we see very difference between Australia and China.
Yeah.
So can you share a bit about that?
That's one thing that really surprised me. I'm so surprised with the way like how Australians behave and interact with others. They are so casual, so honest, and don't always filter before they speak or act.
So meaning that they are laser in talking, like they
No,
just like
they are
hit
just-
you left and right like that.
No. In another word, like everyone can just be themselves. They are just so themselves.
Oh.
Yeah. Because this is very different from China. From my Chinese friend from China, because they usually hint things instead of telling you straight. I'm not saying this is a bad thing,
Yeah,
but I can
definitely.
say this is their culture. They are like being respectful and try not to embarrass or offend anyone.
I
Yeah, I
see.
guess Malaysian is quite similar to China as well. Do you agree?
I think Malaysia maybe slightly into China, but not not too traditional
yeah,
like that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we adopt openness like Australia, but not too open.
Yeah, we are
like
like
them.
in between.
In between,
Yeah.
hybrid.
Hybrid.
I really love the word hybrid. Hybrid culture.
Yeah, hybrid.
Wonderful. Okay,
okay.
thanks. So Iguan,
Mm.
I heard that Australians are really, really straightforward and they are pretty casual. So is that true?
Yeah, it's kind of casual in Australia. You can call your bosses or your professor just by their name.
Wow.
Yeah, compared to China, you would never do that because this is considered very rude to do that in China.
Correct.
Yeah.
It's like I never imagined to call my lecturer like hi and the name. You know, like, that's very
rude.
frightening also
Yeah.
to do so. Oh, okay, I can be banned because of that behavior, right?
Yeah.
So they are so open.
Yeah, Australia is more open. While in China, like you must show respect and like greet the senior with titles and formalities. And in Australia, everyone is like more relaxed and everyone is equal. You can call them just by their name,
I see.
regardless they are your bosses or professor or even your parents.
If you're looking at the stress level, being Australian, they are more, carefree
Yes,
in their
yes.
communications, and compared to China,
Mm.
they have to tiptoe and be more careful not to be, influenced, or not to get the consequences based on their actions, right?
Because this is how they being brought up.
Yeah.
This
But
is
it's
their
pretty
culture.
tiring. Tell me about that.
Maybe I think they are trained since young, so
So they get
yeah,
used to
this
it.
is just this is just their culture. Like instead of call your teacher Kenneth, straight away call Kenneth, you can call them Mr. Kenneth or Professor Kenneth. Yeah.
Yeah. That's the thing that maybe we are not used to it, but they both cultural
It's different.
differences,
Yeah.
so they already
Yeah.
used to it.
Yeah.
So why is there a huge difference between the two countries? Maybe you can share a bit.
Yeah, okay. So Australian culture is actually come from the Anglo-European history, and it is shaped by democratic values. Yeah. And then people there are quite individualistic. They value personal freedom, equality, and being upfront. Yeah. And so, like for example, if you have got something to say, you can just spit it out. You no need to hide. Yeah. On the other hand, China is a bit different. It is influenced a lot by the Confucian tradition. So the focus is more on the group. We call it collectivism.
Collectivism.
Yeah.
And
Australia
Australia
is individualism.
individualism.
Yeah.
Okay, so we need to remember
Ye-
those
yes,
terms
yeah, the term,
because it
yeah.
represent their cultures, right?
Yes, like for collectivism, they value things like harmony and respecting hierarchy. Like you are my boss, you are my father, so I have to respect you.
I see.
Yeah. And then, but in China, because they are collectivism, so people usually communicate in a more indirect way to avoid conflict or to keep everyone's dignity intact and not to offend or embarrass anyone lah.
I see.
Like we have one terms here, we call it like safe face. Like you want to take care of your dignity,
Even
your face.
Malaysian use that term.
Yeah.
Like we need to save face.
Yeah,
you know.
You cannot be embarrassed or embarrass others.
Don't embarrass your parents,
Yeah,
especially.
yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
right.
so I'm intrigued to ask Jing,
Okay.
have you been to Australia or China?
For me, Australia, no, because it is too expensive for me.
Yeah, tell
For
me
China,
about it.
yes, I have been there before.
Which part of China?
I think it's Shanghai.
Shanghai.
Yeah, the center of
That's
the
really huge city, right?
Mm.
Yes.
I often saw Shanghai in Cantonese movie. Wow.
Yeah, it's a very pretty city, you know.
Pretty city. I only been to Beijing. It was, I would simply say, 15 years ago.
Wow.
I went to Beijing because of the historical the bridge, and also during winter, super cold. I've been to Australia many times because I don't know, I have a thing with Australia. So I went to Melbourne, I went to Sydney, and also the Gold Coast. The Gold Coast was really nice for surfing.
Yeah.
So based on your after we listen to Iguan, which one do you like more, Australia or China?
Okay, for me, I think I am standing in the middle point because I don't like to be too, controlled by people. I like freedom. Even me right now, I think I'm a little bit influenced by the Western culture.
I see.
Yeah, I like to make my own choice and not like try to be controlled by people. Yeah,
so
especially in China lah.
I would say just stay in Malaysia. You will have that.
Yeah, Malaysia is a good
Malaysia
place.
is very unique because we embrace both.
Yeah, that's right.
Thank you, Jing. And Helen, how about you? What do you think? Which one do you like, Australia or China? This is not about the country, but about the culture and also communications.
So for me, I think I prefer like more to like the Australian side because like I don't know, it's like more to like independent, like you can
Right.
grow like on your own. You if like you make like any mistake, you will fall down, and like you got your own steps back to go up. So yeah, but at the same time, we need someone's guidance, you know.
Definitely.
So yeah, I kind of like agree with Jing. We need to be in the middle. So yeah, Malaysia is better. Just stay in Malaysia.
See, at the end of the day, proud to be Malaysian. But I would say that you are keen on the layback element in Australia.
Yeah.
So talking about that, Igwan,
Yeah.
Australian are very chill and laid back. They like being direct, right?
Yes, you are right. And at my university back then, I even called my lecturer by his nickname.
Okay.
Yeah.
So by nickname.
Yes,
Do you still remember the
What's
name?
the nickname? We call him Mickey Mouse.
Oh my.
Because actually the lecturer's name is Mike.
Okay.
Yeah, by right we have to address him as a Professor Mike, but
I see.
instead of that we can call his nickname Mickey Mouse.
I see.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. In Malaysia, of course we can do that if we're really close and the lecturer is quite the same age with us, right? Okay. And how about the relationship with friends and families?
In Australia, people are really friendly, and you can start chatting with anyone, like with anyone at convenience store or whatever place, and suddenly you guys are like a mate, like a soulmate. Yeah. But in China, friendship usually take longer because Chinese they rely a lot on what we call guanxi, which means close relationship, and they prefer to build the trust slowly.
How you pronounce it?
Guanxi.
Guanxi.
Yeah, means relationship.
I see. Guanxi.
Yeah, and then they seldom connect closely with strangers on the first day. They tend to set boundaries during the first meetup, and then only slowly build the relationship by having more understanding.
Okay, this is like dating apps, something like that.
Not really. We are not talking about the dating apps. We are like about friendship. Even for friendship.
I see, I
Yeah.
understand. So
So
meaning that
they
they
are
build
more-
up from friendship.
Yes, they are more on
Ah.
traditional side.
How about
For
arranged?
China.
Arranged by family.
Arrange friendship. I don't think that one is affected by family.
Yeah.
It's more on like it's our personal choice.
Because sometimes I watch in the movie,
Mm.
you cannot play with them. They're not same ranking, something like that. I'm
Yeah.
so influenced by
Yeah.
the movies
By the
that I
drama.
watch. I see.
That one I think later on, Zuin can tell us more on romance and love. Yeah.
Can't wait.
Mm.
Okay, I guess family is a bit different too, huh?
Yeah, definitely. In China, family is at the center of everything, and they think a lot about long-term responsibility. Like most of them, they have to look after the parents when the parents get older. Yeah, but in Australia, people are more focused on independence and personal freedom. As I see my Aussie friends, they move out from their parents' house quite young, like maybe 18 years old. Yeah, but in China, it's normal to live with the parents until marriage or even after marriage. Yeah.
I see.
So it's a totally different culture.
Yes, totally different.
Mm.
And I remember that you are a parent yourself, right?
Yeah.
So how many boys and girls?
One boy, one girl.
Wow, you already got a pair.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Happy for you. So as a parent, so what you think you gonna do when they reach 18? So are you will you urge them to move out and become independent, or you want to keep them in your nest until they are ready?
For me, I think it's really up to the children. If they are willing to stay with me, I'll just allow them to stay with me until their marriage or what. But one thing, they have to be financial independent.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's the key. So that if
Yes.
anything happen, they can survive themselves.
True.
Oh, true. Amazing,
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
Because I know many people that really clingy with the children and also influence their children in terms of relationship, work related, and so on. So being a parent, I think it's very important for us to not really strangle the children based on our preferences, but let them to explore like how we like to
Yeah.
explore.
Yes, yes,
Mm, mm, mm,
yes.
mm. So Iguan,
Mm.
your experience
My experience
with when you are you used to be a child,
Yeah,
and you
yeah.
still someone's child.
yeah,
so
yeah.
so how about your
For my own
parents?
Yeah, for me it's like mixed. Although I like freedom very much, especially if you are from my family background. Yeah, but I also appreciate like how China they all values the family bonds. Yeah, I like family bonding because if you ask me to choose, I will go more on China maybe. Because for me, family unity and bonding
I
is something
see.
that I value a lot.
You reminded me of the sketches that I often watch in IG and also Facebook, where they show the situation in a household when usually the son need to take care of their parents and the wife need to serve the parents, her in-law
Yeah.
per se, based on the culture. So they portray how difficult and stressful for the daughter-in-law to manage everything at the same time, to go to work,
Yeah.
and also to reach social expectation.
To be frank, this happens to quite many of the females
Yeah,
nowadays.
more stress go to female. I don't know why.
Like we have to be the mother, and then we have to work, and then go back. We have to serve the family, like your
Yes.
parents, your mother-in-law, your father-in-law.
Like so many job scopes. Like wow, woman on
We
fire.
have so many roles. Yeah.
But as long as they are in happy, non-abusive family, even though to give more, it's something that for me personally, I'm happy to do so. But if it was toxic environment, family with attitudes and also abusive in-laws, I don't think that I'll able to do that. I think I'm gonna shy away.
So you are like a modern woman.
modern, but my kids often call me Sigma mom. So Gen Z, right? Yeah, very Gen Z. If my kids listen here, Sigma mom on air. Okay, next. Sounds like the Australian really don't really care about title much. As long as you are contributing, everyone's voice matter. What's it like in China?
What is it like in China? In China, workplace are more formal and hierarchical compared to like Australian. Australian is like more flat and casual. Like the boss can sit with you together, and then you can make fun or joke with each other, or you can, like what I said just now, you can call each other by names. And then even the interns, they could speed up in a meeting, and everyone can just express their opinion, their idea anytime. Even the cleaner or the intern, they can question the manager directly, and that's totally fine. Yeah, so long you have the facts,
Yeah.
then you can argue with them. And then like for China, you must respect your superiors, and at most of the time you don't openly disagree with them in a meeting. And then
You're
all
gonna
the
die doing that.
and then all decision usually come from the top management. And if you are a young person or a junior, it's better to listen and follow their instruction first before you speak up.
I see.
Yeah, so you can see the difference here.
That's why China they often use network to express the situation. Like if they need help or they need to get upper hand, they will use somebody like higher up in the organization. If in terms of family matters, they will go to the parents and also to the grandparents, so that their voice is bigger than them to influence the situation.
Yeah, yeah, they have the hierarchy
Yeah, the
ranking.
hierarchy.
Yes.
So Australia is more about independence and speaking up, while in China it's more about respect and teamwork. I think in Malaysia we also have such a situation. However, the gravity is not as intense as in China and not as open in Australia. Very interesting. These differences, Iwan, how does it impact gender roles?
I noticed that gender roles feel more flexible in Australia. They even got the laws like the Workplace Gender Equality Act that push for fairness. And then it's very normal in Australia to see women as a CEO, and then for the man to choose as a stay-at-home daddy, and people can openly identify themselves as the LGBTQ plus without much stigma from the people surrounding.
Or to become, CEO as a woman. Wow, it's
It's
very
like,
intriguing.
Yeah, by the way, do you all use Canva?
I use that.
Yeah, because actually the co-founder and the CEO of Canva, Melanie Perkins, this young woman, she's running the Canva tech company.
She's the CEO.
Yeah, and then she's from
Wow.
Australia.
Wow.
And then not only this, one of the Australia first women prime minister, Julia Gillard. Yeah, she was elected as the first prime minister in Australia in 2010.
Wow, fascinating.
Yeah.
Wow.
So if you put this in China, that's still very less common. Though things are changing slowly, especially in the big city like Beijing and Shanghai. Yeah, but it's slowly evolving.
Culture is something that, it evolved but require lot of time. Over time to evolve accordingly.
Yeah.
But as we said earlier, there's nothing wrong or right on this matter.
Yeah.
Because every culture is unique and they make do with their own history and also preferences.
Yeah.
So what it's like in China then?
Well, in China, gender norms are evolving, like what I said just now, but traditional ideas are still strong. There's a saying like men should handle the outside and then women should handle the inside, which means men are expected to go out to focus on career, they are the breadwinner, but women are expected to manage the home, to stay in home, to take care of the children. And then women often feel pressure if they haven't get married before 30. And then after that married, career advancement can be another tough issue for them because employers will assume that they will step back once they start a family.
I see, because of the expectation in the family
Yes.
to put full commitment, especially in parenting, right?
Yes.
So Helen,
Yes.
being a Malaysian in your particular race culture, does it apply to your family or to your culture too? About women to stay put at home and men need to go out, to become the backbone of the family.
I don't think so because like even for example, my mother used to be like working and my dad like used to have like own business. There are days like we can't go for like the own business because it's raining and everything, while my mom is working and my dad at home and complaining, oh it's raining, I cannot go to work because it's our own business.
Yeah.
So
by hook or by crook you need to go out and do.
yeah, so like there are sometimes like you can't go like for work and my dad will be at home doing the houseworks and my mom will go out doing work, and I think it's normal as a Malaysian for us, like there's nothing.
No such thing like very traditional way of doing
Yep.
things.
Even
I
like
see.
now itself like my father like encouraging me like if possible, just go to work. Don't listen to anyone when people say, if you got married, stay at home. No, go work. Do
She
whatever
has a
you like.
very huge supporter.
Yes.
It's really nice for a
Yeah.
daughter to have strong supporter from daddy.
Exactly.
How about you, Jing?
Okay, so for me, right, in my family, basically now my mother and my father, both of them are working. So both of them are the breadwinner for the family lah. So actually for my mother, she's more dominant in the house. I think she tell me as a woman, as a woman you need to gain financial independence first. You
couldn't
just can
agree
get
more.
the power in the house. So what if the guy suddenly like just kick you out from the house because you don't have money? You can't control that situation. So as my mother right now just teach us that you need to be independent, go outside and earn money, have a good degree after that. And also for my opinion, I think nowadays I can also see my relative, the guy is like more to help with the female to do the home chores already. I think the
split
home chores,
responsibilities.
you need to spread it. It's not like just put all the responsibility to the woman to do all the whole chores,
I
because they
see.
also go work, right? They also need to take care of their kids. They also need to cook. You cannot just put all the burden to them. They will be like burnt out.
I see.
So for me, I think now female and male is equal.
Yeah. Okay. That makes me thinking about how people who actually, the upbringing from people at the rural area, right? Because I know that three of you are from a modern family. It's gonna be different cases for them in the rural area, right?
Yes, you're right.
It's a good topic to do research in
Yes.
future.
Yeah.
So maybe one of you could dive into that section and
Yeah.
share with me in future.
Yes, definitely.
Okay, Jing. So Iguan,
Mm.
you said about the Canva, right?
Yeah.
I remember my somebody told me that the app is making profit crazily, like 2 billion per year.
Yes. Yeah, you can imagine that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's huge
it's
amount
a
of money.
female CEO. I can't imagine.
So moving forward, can you explain more what's it like in China?
In China,
Uh,
in China, as I mentioned just now, women are still considered like they have to take care of the household, and then men are more on outside. And then
How about the gender equality?
the gender equality? In China, people do talk about gender equality, but it's not so straightforward.
Because it's quite it's noticeable.
It's evolving, but not so fast. But you can see younger women are speaking up more and more, and then but as we know, like cultural expectations don't change overnight. So but it's slowly evolving.
Okay. So from Iguan sharing, we can see that it's quite different between Australia and China for their social norms and gender roles.
Yes.
Amazing. Thank you so much. It's really mind-blowing to know about those two cultures. Okay, moving forward. Okay, Pretty Helen. Family is such a central part of culture. Upbringing is essential for character development for each individuals. What differences do we see between Australia and China in terms of family matters?
So as we already know, like family life in China is like hierarchical and guided by filial piety. The idea that children owe deep respect and care to their parents, and the decision from career to marriage, and it may involve the whole family. So, and like in terms of communication, it's indirect, and the disagreements are handled quietly to maintain harmony. So they, even though like they are not like satisfied with the parents' decision, they will just like shut up, it's okay.
Shut up and go
we
on.
we need to respect. It's our parents. you know. But in terms of in Australia, the family are more egalitarian, where the parents and children interact more like equals, and kids are encouraged to speak their mind, even they disagree with parents, and it's considered as a healthy sign of independence. And most young Australians move out once they are legally adults, and it's seen as a natural towards becoming a self-reliant, like very independent. They
Very
can
independent.
do whatever they want, and this emphasis is on like raising independent thinkers rather than obedient children.
I see. So the openness in Australia indeed inculcates more self-confidence, especially in making life decisions, correct?
Yep.
I would say Malaysia sits somewhere in between Australia and China. Can you explore more on that matter?
Yeah, sure. So actually, that's a very great question. I will say like Malaysia actually like sits somewhere in between Australia and China. Like China will still emphasize the respect for parents and elders, and family decisions such as education, career choice, and even marriage often involve the input of whole family, where the parents want to make sure their children follow a stable and secure path, and it's common to hear doctor, lawyer, accountant, and so on.
It's
And-
like a Malay old movie.
yes, exactly.
Who are you?
And
Are you a doctor? Are you a magistrate?
yeah,
Who are you to date my daughter?
and that's what like the preferred careers actually in Malaysia. Like you can see like the Gen XY, not even XY, like yeah, towards the 90s parents.
90s is what? Gen Y, I think.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, why?
Yeah, but like it's somewhere like in the 90s parents kind of era. But if you see now, it's like totally different. You can do architecture, you can do whatever you,
You
love.
can even
Your
be an
horizon is
influencer.
very wide. in
Yeah, you
front of
can
right?
even like be a musician, content creator. Yeah.
Ah.
But at the same time, like we can see like families, Malaysian families are becoming more open, especially in urban areas where young people are encouraged to express themselves more freely, similar to Australians. Yeah, for instance, like parents may guide or suggest what's the best, but they're also learning to respect their children's interests and passions. And it's really a balancing act. We want to honor our culture values of respect and harmony, but we also recognize the importance of letting go and grow the independent adults.
Amazing. So I would say Malaysia is like a bridge, not as traditional and hierarchical like China, but also not as individualistic as Australia. We're learning to blend both approaches, right? And I feel like to ask Iguan. Sorry, Iguan. It's really fascinating to hear from you about your personal experience.
Is it because of my special degree? That's why you are asking me?
Yeah, because to see from your point of view. So can you explain a bit about that?
So well, I remember the time when I had to choose for my degree. My parents had a very strong opinions, like what Helen mentioned just now. They prefer me to choose something stable, like medicine or
You
accountant.
should be Dr. Iguan.
The typical occupation. Yeah, but somehow I have a very strong interest in social culture. Yeah, and then that's why strongly and I want to study this course. And at first there was so much intense happen in my house, and my mother was so furious. She's like scolding, why you want to choose something so different? Yeah, but after that we had some open talk, and then eventually they supported me lah.
Thank goodness.
So I think sometimes it's not just about, we shouldn't, as a children, we shouldn't like just obey or what all your parents say, and then it's all about balancing, like what
About
Helen
correct
said.
communications.
Yeah, balancing respect for the parents and then for our own personal choice. So like if you ask me again, for me I feel like I'm the in-between of Australia and China. I value their guidance, but I also want to make my own choice, my own path. Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing your past experience with us.
Yeah.
And Jing, I feel intrigued to know what is your upbringing like? More open styles or more traditional one?
Okay, so in my family, I can share both of them, a mix of open and traditional. Because for my father, just now I hear Iguan say, he say his parent is very angry because she didn't choose to study, something like medicine.
But
right?
expected from parents' point of view,
Yeah,
right?
actually I faced this problem before also, because I remember after I graduated from like Johor Matriculation College, right? It's a government college. It's a pre-university program. My result is very good. Then my father is like try to pursue me to go to, ask me to go to join in the degree program, which is in medicine now.
Medicine also,
Yeah.
like Iguan. It's very famous in Chinese
Because
family.
In
they
Malaysia.
have the belief system like, oh, if you study medicine, right, you definitely will become very rich in the future.
Wow.
I doubt that now.
Yeah. And also is also is a name lah. The thing is very proud of that. Or if my daughter can become a doctor in the future. Yeah.
I see.
But however, my mother is the kind of person who disagree with that. So she's like, because she more care about my healthy and more care about my happiness.
Oh.
So she's like the one. I also think like I don't want to study medicine because a little bit of stress. Later I don't have my own life. And also I think no need to study medicine also can get a very good prospect in the future.
a lot of things
For
can
example,
happen as long as you are hardworking. You are high spirited. You know, you can achieve like quite anything you want when you set your mind.
Yeah.
yeah,
According
true.
to it.
If you're doing the things you like it, in the future one day you will be success.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay,
Yeah,
thank
you share something so precious for us to also, understand the situation. And Helen, moving forward, can you share more about the parenting styles?
Yeah, sure. So, as you know, like in China, the concept of training is guan, which blends high expectation with close involvement in a child's moral and academic growth. And it can also look strict from a Western perspective, but it comes from a place of care. But as we when we see in the Australian side, parenting tends to be authoritative, where balancing structure with responsiveness, and parents set rules, but also give children room to explore and make discussion of it.
So any example that stand out?
Yeah, so in China, parents might choose their children's university major, believing it is the children's and family's best interest. And in Australia, a teenager might pick their own path even if it's their parents disagree on it. So it's something similar to what Zing and Yigon said, like their parents picked up medicine,
Yes.
doctors, but somewhat they slow talk and got their own interest, preference. So we are staying in the middle at the same time now.
All right. Iguan.
Yeah.
Will you influence much on your children's future as a parent?
Good question.
Because I want to see your point of view. Is it the match?
Honestly speaking, I think I would try to guide them, but not so much on controlling them. Because I think Malaysian parents, they usually have a very strong opinions about what their children should study or who they should marry, everything. But I would rather help my kids to explore what they really want. Yeah, maybe because I think it happens to me before, so
So you don't want this to happen to your children too?
yeah. So
Good mommy.
yes.
So for Helen and Jing, your parents influence your life decisions. So simply say ballpark figure. How many percent that they influence your life?
That's really the tricky one. But I will say maybe around 70 of my decision where it's involved by my parents. Definitely had some strong opinions of my educational, my career path, but at the same time they give me room to choose. So I think their influence is always there as a guidance voice, but even when I make independent choices.
I see.
Yep.
And about you, Jing?
Okay, hi. So for me, I think right now I'm in my 20s, right? So my parents just spend around like 20% in helping me making my decision. Because they tell me now I'm in my 20s, all the things I choose, the choice I make have consequences to me. So if I choose to have a bad choice, so I need to have the responsibility to take the consequences. Yeah, so this is what they tell us. Also, for just now I saying, right, my father is a bit like try to influence my opinion lah, my decision, the type of person. So now my father is being like educated by my mother already. So my father actually start to change already, and he start to listen to what I want and don't put the stress on me already. So now I think I quite have a happy life right now lah.
But I said it's not right or wrong.
Yeah.
Because we have dynamic in our family.
Yes.
So we make do based on our preferences according to the culture set in the family.
Yeah.
So happy to hear, happy life. And we saved the best about love and romance. Okay, this is actually my favorite topic.
Oh, your favorite
Because
topic.
relationship, who can live without love,
Without
right?
love,
yes.
Even parental love, and also to have somebody to cry and
Yes.
rely on. That's human nature. Okay, Jing. Let's now talk about love. How do Australia and China differ in romance?
Okay, so actually Australia approach to their romance is driven by their individual choice, emotional intimacy, and passion. So people marry or don't is based on their personal happiness, and it is socially acceptable if they still remain single and cohabit with their partner or have same-sex relationship.
Okay.
Whereas in China, romantic relationships are often seen as a pathway to marriage and family. So, family approval, social roles, and stability matter more than just passion. Traditional values still influence dating, though younger generation nowadays are experimenting with more casual or non-traditional relationship, such as the hookup trends. In China, they call 搭子 trend.
搭子.
Yeah, 搭子.
See my pronunciation?
Okay, so this where the people can partner out with each other for specific activity without emotional commitment. I think nowadays the youngster in China, right, they like influenced by the Western culture already. Well, social media they can see on the TikTok video and Instagram, so this is normalized in their life already.
Yeah.
And also, I think nowadays the people more likely to lonely. They prefer companionship without the heavy responsibility of marriage. That's why they choose this 搭子 trend.
I see.
Yeah.
So mate selection is very different.
Yeah, I can say that. So, for example, in Australia, right, you choose your partner based on love and compatibility, while in China, parents may still have a say, and factors like education and family background carry a lot of weight. And when it comes to expressing love, Australians are verbal and physical. They're more likely to say I love you and give you hug and kisses. While Chinese expression of love is a bit like different. They more to like non-verbal, like they will give you gift, practical help in your life.
Mm.
So I can say public display of affection are less common in China.
But I prefer all of them. I prefer to people to say I love you, to hug,
Yeah.
to show affection, and I also really prefer gifts. Like
Sometimes,
especially the surprise delivery one, like coming to you surprise.
Who
Yeah.
don't like it?
See, that's why Malaysia is still the
Yeah.
best because we can have both without
Yeah, that's right.
not so much struggle. Okay. So being single, Jing and Helen, I really want to know what is your preference in mate selection?
Well, for me, I lean towards my personal choice. I think love and compatibility should come first. Of course lah, like family approval matters, but at the same time, I will not want conflict between my partner and my parents. But at the end of the day, I want to build a happy and secure in. So maybe we'll say 80% of my personal choice, 20% of my family influence.
Will you ever choose multicultural marriage?
I don't want to take risks.
Because this is something happening widely nowadays, right?
Yeah.
Like people can marry other race and also internationally, when they met
Yeah.
people from abroad.
Mhm.
So it's happened like it's very noticeable nowadays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you are not into that pathway?
No, I'm not. I'm being very secure.
And how about you, Jing?
Okay, for just now you say about the multicultural marriage, right? I think I can accept that, but if the mindset is not as same as me, I mean because different culture, right, have different type of upbringing, mindset for everything. But if the male is not have the same mindset with me with everything, but I think I cannot accept. But if
Yeah,
the
it's
male
really
is
hard
very
to-
good, give me reassurance, give me gift, and take care of me, and have the similar mindset with me, I think I can accept multicultural relationship. Because why not you just run a different culture for another family? I
And
think it's
some
very
people
interesting.
prefer to do that because then they can produce beautiful child.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think the genes is very good.
We know something behind the door. Okay, and Jing, what about the breakups? Can you dig a bit on that?
Okay, sure, Zura. So, according to Hostive cultural dimension theory, Australia individualist culture, they emphasize personal happiness and autonomy. So, which make ending a relationship more acceptable if their emotional needs are unmet. In contrast, China collectivism orientation prioritize family harmony and reputation. As a result, couples may stay together despite their unhappiness to preserve their family standing or for their children's sake.
I see.
So I can give you an example. Okay, according to News Australia 2021, divorce rate increased by 13.6%,
Wow.
with 27% citing poor communication and 21% citing loss of emotional connection as main reason in Australia. So this show how unmet emotional needs often lead to separation in Australia. But in contrast, according to China Dairy 2021, China introduced a 13 days mandatory cooling off period.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like you purchase something, you have 30 days cooling period.
Yeah,
Exactly.
you can regret lah, which means
You can regret the decision and get back together.
yes, which result in 43% nationwide drop in divorce.
Oh, that's huge number.
Wow.
43.
Exactly.
Yes.
43.
So it actually to specify, including a 44% delay in Chongqing and a 58% reversal rate in Wuhan, where is the place like where the COVID-19 first emerged.
I see. I see.
This highlight that how Chinese society continue to emphasize family unity and stability over individual emotional fulfillment.
While at many places breakup is acceptable,
Yeah.
extreme cases happen like suicidal cases due to breakup. I read once 1/5 suicide is related to relationship tension. So what do you think about this, Igwan?
I think breakup can be very painful and sad, and some people might feel it's like the end of the world, and it's kind of depends on the person perception and then what they value and their culture. Because like in some culture they might see breakup as a failure, but in some culture they might see breakup as a learning process. Yeah.
Different mindset.
Yes. But I feel life is much bigger than one relationship,
Yeah,
and suicide is not a solution for that.
definitely.
Yep.
Couldn't agree more, right?
Yep,
Yes.
very much.
And then when we are at this social media age, we can see so many judgment with so many judgmental people around us.
Yeah.
So sometimes when one unfortunate conduct that we did plus recorded by someone and is put online,
Then it
will
become viral.
and also haunt us till the end of our time. Wow, that's so
yeah.
scary. And I think in Malaysia we can always reach for this specific help.
Actually, we have a very specific hotline like Befriender, Talian Kasih, Talian No.
Talian kasih.
Yeah, Talian Kasih. And students also can reach out for their school counselor for help. Yeah. So instead of
consider-
suffer
yeah.
yourself, then we actually have a lot of sources for us to reach for help. Yeah.
That's why counselor is very important.
Yes.
In
Yes.
in formal setting like in school, in office,
Yeah.
because a lot of things nowadays it's not something that small and can be you just close your eyes and it's gone. It will affect your mental health also.
Yes.
And as individual, we can strengthen our inner self. Have faith. That's very important. Whatever religion that you have faith. And then, if you are in toxic environment, try as best as we can to separate free from that.
Run away.
Run away as far as you can. But
Yeah.
if the toxic is from your family, of course, it's not that you need to isolate them from your life, but you know how to limit yourself not to be troubled much because
You
of
have to
that.
set a boundary.
Boundaries is very important. Wow, what a very fruitful discussion that we have today. So thank you, Igwan, thank you, Helen, and also Ji Ying.
Thank you.
This has been a very rich discussion. What I'm taking away is that while Australia and China share the same human emotions, as in love, care, and ambition, the way these are expressed is deeply shaped by culture. Whether it's speaking your mind or quietly preserving harmony, raising independent kids or guiding them closely, choosing a partner for love or for stability, each approach reflects values that have been built over centuries. And maybe the more we understand these differences, the better we can connect across them.
Yes.
As for Malaysia, I glad that we are in the middle.
Yeah.
Not so open but not too traditional. So we are at the same time we have guiding principle. However, all cultures are emerging over time. People need to adapt and play roles accordingly. Well, thank you again. We are at the end of our podcast. I really hope that we can connect again and I can learn more from three of you, like I've learned a lot today. So I hope that all of you will success and gain more in the future.
Thank you.
So I'm Zura and this has been Bridging Cultures. Until next time, stay curious, stay respectful and keep learning from each other. Bye.